What's going on, everybody? I'm Casey with C2 Rides, and today is a very special day. We get to show off our first ever project bike for the channel, which is a 2019 Ducati Hypermotard 950. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. Now, believe it or not, this is my first ever Italian motorcycle. Now, we purchased this bike from actually a family friend of mine, and this bike has a whopping 1,600 miles on it. That's right, 1,600 miles. If you were to purchase a used Ducati, what exactly are you going to look for, and what is important as soon as you buy this motorcycle? So for starters, this bike has been garage kept its entire life, but everything on it except the Akrapovic mufflers is stock. There is absolutely nothing else done to this motorcycle, and so that is a good thing and a bad thing. One of these things means that we are going to replace every single fluid on this bike. So starting out, look at our brake fluid. Our brake fluid is definitely, it has seen better days. It is 7 years old. You can see the front brake fluid, very, very old looking. Clutch fluid, very old. Now the engine oil has been changed before, but we're going to change it anyway. And we are also going to replace the coolant on this motorcycle as well. So we're gonna work through that process. Now, one thing that, just based on filming and availability, I have already done to this motorcycle is I did replace the timing belts. We're going to have a separate video covering the timing belts and the process that you have to go through. But just because if you're watching this and you're interested, if you are trying to change the timing belts on a 2019 to 2025 Ducati Hypermotard, you have to remove the catalytic converter, you have to remove the horizontal header pipe here, you have to remove the seat, you have to remove the fuel tank, I also removed the battery, and in doing so, that's going to give you all the clearance that you need to be able to do the job. Now, the tires on this motorcycle are original tires. These were produced back in 2019, so they're 7 years old. We definitely have to replace these tires. Now, if you're purchasing one of these bikes, one of the first things that you need to pay attention to is what is the date code on the sidewall of the tire. So let's check out what that really means and how important that is. Remember, you should not be riding a motorcycle with tires over 6 years old or where you can see the tread wear line, and that means that you need to replace them. 4618. And what that means is that this tire was produced on the 46th week of 2018. And here we are, right around that same time frame, except it's August in Florida, and I am sweating profusely because it is 5,000 degrees humidity here. But these tires were produced in 2018, and when I make this video, it is 2026. So it is definitely time to change these tires. So what tire did we go with that is an all-around super performer, extra grippy, decent life, and is just going to make this motorcycle super fun? And these are the Dunlop Q5S tires. Back tire size is a 180/55/17, and you can see these tires are fresh. They are awesome looking, and they are definitely produced in a newer era than 2018. These tires were actually produced in 2025, so we have plenty of life left on them, and they are fresh. You can see the front tires look absolutely awesome as well. So you can see the front tire here has a really, really aggressive tread pattern. There is tons of rubber. There is less siping than what you would see on the Rosso 3s. I would probably compare these tires more to the Super Courses than anything else, but they are going to provide tons of grip in comparison to a dated set of tires. Now, why would you want to go and spend maybe $500 on a new set of tires? It is very, very important to have the grippiest, softest tires that money can buy for your motorcycle, because remember, you only have 2 tires touching the ground, and you want to make sure that you have as much grip as you possibly can with those tires. Now looking at these tires, you can just see how much less siping is on the Q5S. I don't plan on riding this motorcycle every single day, so I'm not probably going to be getting myself into a lot of rainstorms, but you can see that it does have enough siping in case I do get into a rainstorm to be able to get through it, whereas the Rosso 3s and even the Rosso 4s have larger sipes and more of them to be able to combat rain. The Q5Ss are super grippy tires. No one ever complains about the grip that comes out of the Q5Ss, and they are just a fantastic tire all around. Now, just like how the Pirellis had a 4-digit code, you can see here right on the sidewall of the Dunlop, you don't necessarily have a 4-digit code like that. That's not the 4-digit code that you need to pay attention to, but rather right here, the last 4 numbers of this section on the tire, you can see it says 2125. That is the number that you want to pay attention to, even when buying new tires, because these tires could be sitting on a shelf for a really long time. So these tires are within 1 year old, but they are brand new as well, so they haven't seen any wear, and we're going to get some really good life out of these and have an absolute blast riding this motorcycle.